What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Yeah, I feel like my mic too loud. My mic too loud?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Turn it up. What's good, y'all?
His picture.
Hey.
Yo, what's up?
Y'all saw me, baby Tay.
Loso, baby, driving crazy.
Yo, he came out the womb saying that.
Wow.
I know he did. I know he came out the womb saying that. But before we get into these baby pictures, I want to say hello to everybody. How y'all doing today?
What's going on, fam? What's going on? How y'all feeling?
I feel good.
It's nice outside.
I'm feeling
It
great.
is nice.
It is beautiful outside.
Before we start, though, I just want to say,
beautiful day outside, but also,
let me get my stream.
Such a delay. Like, what the freak?
Nah, I think
it's you.
I think it's just you, bro.
Everybody else fine.
You gotta come out the basement. Oh, he left us. But nah, go ahead, Kay. What was you about to say?
R.I.P. DMX OD.
Hey.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. OD.
Man. Broke my heart yesterday, but you know, he is with the Lord. He is a devoted Christian man. I just think that the three words I think about when I think with him is poetry, prophecy, and pain. And I just think he was just a good person for us to look up to in terms of owning that he had his own problems, but still just gave it all to God. So just R.I.P. to DMX, R.I.P. legend, and we love you.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're not gonna go past what she just said.
Which part?
Wow, the three words.
Poetry, prophecy, and power. No, poetry, prophecy, and pain. Yeah.
That's deep.
The three words I would use to describe him. 3 P's.
Thank you, Tina. We appreciate you.
That's man. Yeah, but no, that was definitely a shocker yesterday. But I was kind of like, all right, he's in a much better place. I was watching one of his documentaries, and even in the documentary, he talked about all of the demons that he dealt with, and how he had multiple personalities and stuff like that, and how he broke down how DMX came about, and how X protected him, Earl himself, like who is, him, who of course is him. But yeah, DMX and X were the ones that protected him in a sense. So I thought that was crazy. He was like, yeah, man, I don't even want to talk about him. But yeah. No, sorry, you back.
I don't know where the heck I am.
This picture right here though is suave. I must say suave.
I have never been in the top row before. Hello, top row.
Hey, welcome to the top row. Welcome to the top row.
Welcome to the top row. Bottom row. That's where I stand. But look, Loso, how you feeling? Let's figure out how you feeling.
I'm feeling great.
Feeling great. I'm feeling good myself.
Yeah, I just got an electric scooter, so I'm feeling really great.
He got an electric scooter.
What? Yeah. A very Loso situation.
Why do you? What was it? An electric scooter that you wanted?
Well, first of all, I really wanted an electric scooter because number one, I ain't got money for a car, so that's number one. Number two, my job's literally down the street. So I ain't feel like taking a bus. I ain't feel like asking nobody for rides. Might as well take a scooter. You know what I'm saying? It's either a scooter or a bike.
He said he wasn't trying to sweat. I'm
not trying to sweat because riding a bike, you sweat before work. No,
bro, you said it was on the street. You said it was down the street.
It is down the street.
Like
I gotta go up a hill. I gotta go up a hill, yo.
Okay.
Never mind. That's OC sweat.
I don't like hill sweat. Make you sweat.
I need that. You need that. That's
to go up that hill.
It keep you in shape.
True.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I stay in shape by working out, not freaking riding a bike up that drive. But nah, everything's been good with me. Freaking we steady getting these donations within the donation that I have, the GoFundMe that I have up right now. We're at $300 so far, so I appreciate everybody that's contributing to that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Yeah. So yep.
So without further ado, I want to get into. I seen in the intro we had baby pictures. I want us to pull that back up. Pull it back up so I can analyze this.
You have so much hair, Pash. My gosh.
So much. I know, right? My mom said
was adorable.
My mom said she had so much heartburn. Ma, if you listen to this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That girl had a hair full of hair.
Like Taylor look like, hey, yeah, y'all got me. Y'all caught me like in the middle of me just going to the bathroom.
Like, okay, we got Dante with the studious picture.
Hey, class pictures. Y'all know me. Class pictures.
What grade was you in?
I think that was kindergarten right there. That was a kindergarten.
Yo, I had a big head, bro. I got a big head.
Nah, I had a big head, yo. I had a big head.
This girl Kayla look like she listen to everything you say. Literally. I did.
She looked like a good child.
I was.
And y'all see me, man. I had breasts at the age of how old was I in that picture? I had to be 7 months.
Especially like she running the house, like you walked around the house with your in a diaper with your bottle in your hand, like
I was 7 months in that picture.
For real, you was 7 months.
7 months. You look like a whole year, bro.
Eating, girl. You was eating.
I was 7 months in that picture. I was a big baby. Bro, look at Loso chilling. He looked like he the king.
Cute little baby.
Loso was spoiled.
Yeah, I was. I was the youngest.
You could tell he was spoiled. Look at him.
Look at him. He's
was happy.
I was the youngest. And it's crazy because my nickname is when I was growing up was Little Lord.
Oh,
Little Lord. Oh,
yeah.
Look Lord. At that. That's so cute. Dante aggravated, bro. That's so cute. That is so cute, bro. Bro, my mom should have put a bra on me. I was a chunky baby. And you can tell I was bad in my face. You can tell I was bad.
Like that's my baby picture right there, though. That's the baby right there.
That's baby.
That's my baby picture.
Oh, he looks so innocent.
I was.
Yeah, I know, right?
Most babies.
I was.
I wasn't innocent. I was jumping off tables.
I told you look like you was jumping off tables.
I would climb on a table and jump off. I say 1, 2, 3. I was a bad baby. But listen, what's today's topic? Because I ain't even gonna try to pronounce this, y'all. But what's today's? I want somebody to tell me what this topic is and give me the meaning behind it and all of that.
Well, first of all, thank you for Tia and Dante, I guess, coming up for the topic. I don't know if it was her or you or both of y'all, but SANKOFA is the topic and so forth. And I think we have the definition. You can put.
I think it's reaching back and moving forward.
Yeah, going back and giving to the future.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching back
to move forward.
Yes. Reaching back to move forward. And I think behind it says, what does it say? Something engaged in something.
Pull it up, Dave.
Let me bring it back up.
Yeah, because that was interesting and it really resonated.
I thought this was very creative, man.
Yeah. And the topic was the topic was perfect. But the title was perfect for what we want to talk about.
Breaking generational curses. So y'all know we're gonna get the return, engage,
and bring it here.
And bring it.
Oh
bring
yeah,
it that was the one that was throwing pressure. That was the one that was throwing her. She was
bring it.
What are we bringing here?
We're gonna return, engage, and bring it here. You feel me? So without further ado, we're gonna get into
the first question.
Our first little topic.
Yeah.
And I just want to jump right into it. Since we already had a long intro, I want to jump right into it. And I want to ask everybody, what generational curses in your family do you want to break?
I want to break this title off my face.
Oh, no. It's blocking Loso.
Hey,
bro,
go ahead.
Yo.
Go ahead.
Yo. You say you want to break the title off his face, now. This is crazy.
Now that is broken. But who wants to take that first question, though? Who want to take that?
I would say that I would want to break the stigma of mental health in my family. Like,
okay, break it down.
Yeah, I like going even like generations back. No one has really taken mental health seriously. It's been like brushed under the rug or not really talked about, kind of almost even forbidden. When we all have certain things in my family that we all should, whether it's depression or anxiety or being bipolar, or frantic, like there's something that we can like date back to, going all the way back to like my great grandparents. So I feel like just breaking that stigma of mental health being unattractive or it being weak or it being like something that we shouldn't talk about, to owning it and truly getting help for it and realizing it doesn't make you weak to have it. You know, I have depression, I have anxiety, I have a couple other things too, but it's just who I am. And I feel like there are certain people in my family who they haven't embraced that yet or sought the proper help needed to overcome that struggle. So for anybody out there who's living with like mental health issues, understand that it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't make you, not worthy. It's a battle that, the world faces, and you're never ever going to be alone. So.
Okay. First of all,
okay.
First of all, that was a great synopsis or statement.
So hold up.
I wanna take that one thing out. The bipolar express. Hey,
the bipolar express.
That would be a great ride, right? So first it'll start off slow, you know what I'm saying? Then I know what zoom, and then before the end of the ride, it'll slow down, and then at the end of it, it'll crash. Great ride, bipolar express. Yeah, okay, but I really love the concept and the whole, I guess, overall point of what you were saying, Kaylee. You know what I'm saying? Because we all are trying to break generational curses at some point. You know what I'm saying? And we have to find our own method on how to raise our own children, and also it's not even just our children; it's our family. Now, our generation will be our children. Obviously, because that's our seed. That's what we're teaching to replace us as well. So my generational curse breaking, I guess, will have to do with financial gain, because I don't know any member of my family that is wealthy, and I don't even know my past. But if I've had wealthy like millionaires or billionaires, which I doubt, within my past, forget all of y'all, because that ain't help us. Okay. And I want to be the first billionaire within my generation, as far as my family, in order to create just at ease financial stability for my family going forward. Because it's one thing with just chasing the money, but it's one thing to have money for your family for the future, even after you pass, so they can be able to live a just right life. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like you always want to help your family. Always. You always want to help people as well, because I want to help other people's families as well. But we're talking about our families. I want my children to go to the best schools, have the best teachers, be able to do multiple things without me having to choose if this costs enough or this costs enough, when it comes to activities that are dealing with school and also outside of school. And I really want to be that parent that engages with their children at the most, if not majority of the time, because it's different from. Obviously, I'm an entertainer, so I really don't want to have kids within the next 5 years. I don't want to do that. I want to do that after, when I'll be able to sit down with my kids and do homework with them and so forth. Because I don't want nobody raising my kids like babysitters or anything like that. I really want to be there for my kids, and getting the money first, and being able to sit down for a couple months or even a year and be fine financially and hang out with my kids and raise them, I feel like that would be one thing that I would like to do to break that curse, because that has never happened within my family.
Wow,
oh, beautiful.
That's actually good. I like that. I do want to ask Kayla a question though. So when you mental why, bro? We gotta start this stream over, bro. Like, why? I can't
You mental.
Wait, what?
You mental.
Bro, we can't even talk on this joint. All right, so listen. Scratch that. You did mental, bro.
Bipolar Express. Bipolar Express.
I can't even get it out, bro. You did mention mental health. Do you feel like having issues with mental health, what ways does it stop you from completing, like, does it affect you in your everyday life? Is it something mandatory that you want, that you feel that if you didn't have, you could be better in something? Like,
most def. I feel like, well, let me say this. I want to first say that if you have a mental health issue, that like there are ways to overcome it to live a normal everyday life. Now, for me personally, I have severe depression. Like, it's foul. And there are days where I literally can't get out of bed. My curtains are drawn. I don't want to be here anymore. Like, and that's whole different parts of Kayla, but I've experienced that. I've experienced suicidal thoughts because of my depression. I've experienced, not doing my work or not be able to go to class. I had a whole semester of Towson where I just wasn't able to function because of it and all that I was going through. So if you let it overtake you, it can severely mess up your everyday life, right? But if you get it diagnosed like I did, and you go to therapy and you get the medication, if you so choose to be on medication, and you do the things like meditation or finding yourself, it's not really all that. It's never going to be just that easy. But if you do the tools that are given to you with whatever you have, there are ways to live a normal life. But it's not going to be easy. But it's important to try and take the steps to get there, because it's possible.
Wait, what do you mean a normal life?
Like, so I have anxiety pills, and I also have antidepressants as well. I feel like I'm really being real vulnerable today, Lord. But I do. And when I take them, I don't feel 100% better, but maybe 75%. And that 75% helps me get through my job that day. It helps me be social that day. It helps me not, fall into that dark space that day, right? And that's not always, but it gives me a better quality of life, if that makes sense. And there are days where I don't take it, and if I don't take it, I'm not there, so it's
we don't want to see that.
We don't want to see. Oh, we don't. Yeah. So it's just understanding your limitations if it does impact you, and knowing yourself and knowing your doctor, and just being there for yourself in whichever mechanisms work for you. So,
a question: did anybody ask like their parents what generational curses that they have broken?
Oh,
that they have broken.
They have.
No,
that's a deep one. You trying
to bring the parents into this? We should bring them.
I want to say my mom was probably one of the first to graduate college. Like, her parents didn't go to college.
I was about to say that.
Some of her siblings did. I don't think any of her siblings did. She has a couple that I don't really know that well, but graduating, at least, I think she may have been one of the first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my mom was like that as well. I think out of her siblings, she was the only one to graduate to college. I'm actually not sure. I would have to double check that, but that's what we should have did before the show. We should have asked our parents what have they broken.
That was a great question, Lo. So I wish you would have asked that.
You ain't had that one in the pre-show chat, man.
Sometimes
I love how Loso mentioned about having money for the next generation and saving up funds. That's so not self-centered. Like, I'm thinking, like, having money so that you can, you know, live this life and, you know, create a savings and stuff like that. I feel like what a lot of Black people do not do is we save up money for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. So instead of, and I do this too, because I can't tell you how many designer shoes that I have. I probably need to get rid of them. But and then I ain't even got it like that. So I feel like a lot of Black people, we don't, I think if we invested our money more so into like stocks and real estate and all these other types of businesses, we can create that foundation that Loso wants for the next generation, because that money doubles, triples, and stuff like that. But when we go and put it into things that are materialistic and things that will not last long, it doesn't double and triple, and it doesn't provide you with more money after you finish spending that. So we got to ask ourselves, like, if I put money into this, will it make me more money? And if the question is no, then maybe that should go on the bottom of the list, because maybe that's more or less of a want instead of a need, right? So before we do that, and I think we should all start this at a very young age and say, hey, this is what I want to do, and ask myself, okay, if I want to create this, for example, studio, Loso, can this studio make me more money? Well, yes, it can make you more money, because you know what's going to happen. You get clients, and after you get clients, then you get more clients in this area. Some people need their music done. Some people need their video edited. Some people need you to film, shoot, create a trailer, create all this types of stuff. Well, that organization and that business will make him more money than what he put into it. So that's the whole goal in life. And I think we tend to forget that as youthful people and the older generation as well too. And I think that's where a lot of we can't even really blame anybody but ourselves. This kid is crazy.
You speaking to my soul, bro. Like, what?
That's the first way to do it.
Bro,
speak to the soul.
When I tell you my parents and my folks want me to get on this credit card stuff, bro. And I'm like, why do I need a credit card? So you can have money. So you want me to borrow money from somebody else? How am I gonna pay them off if I'm not making my own money?
Own money, right?
What the freak? But this is what they grew up on. This is what they grew up on. They grew up borrowing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can I get this for a second? Let me, you know what I'm saying, do what I do. I'm not gonna say they didn't have passions in life, but majority of the people that was growing up in that generation didn't have a lot of options as far as doing their own dreams, because it didn't make them money at all, at least at first. You know what I'm saying? We had those people that was at risk as far as what is it called? Like rappers or entertainers that just took a risk. They was homeless. You feel me? And then they just out of nowhere got a great gig one time, and then they had a lot of gigs, and then that one gig just set them off, and now everybody wants to see them, and now they're generating money and so forth. So it's like for my moms and my folks, their generation is like, 9 to 5 government job, gotta do it, shake it. And I'm like, yo, no, bro, being an entrepreneur. Like, listen, follow me. Being an entrepreneur and having your own business and creating revenue that's bringing to you. Because say right this, right? I was about to get into, I'm kind of like getting into HVAC and landscaping and also carpentry, right? So say I work for a company and they pay me like $34, $40 an hour. Let's just say that. Throw that number out there, right? $40 an hour. How much does that job cost in the first place? Because most likely you're going to get that job done within an hour. So boom, right? Let me make this quick. Hold up. Somebody writing in the chat. I bet. So when it comes to making money, right? If they pay me $40 an hour and that job's done within 3 hours, that's $120. That job cost about $1,000 that the company made. That's going to them, and you only getting $120. But that $40 seems like a lot of money. Why does that seem like a lot of money? Because it is. That's what you see. But imagine if you had your own business and you wasn't working for nobody and you got that same job. That $1,000 will be in your pocket right now. That's all I'm saying. Understand making your own business, making your own way will help you retain revenue to where when you're spending money and getting things, it's for value and longevity, baby.
Bro, I be following Loso until he get to start singing and stuff. He be making me laugh, bro. Nah, I really feel you. I want to hear take on this. Shoot, what was the question?
What generational curses in your family do you want to break?
Yeah.
So that's the question.
Tay, what you got? What you got, man?
A generational curse that I want to break. I mean, it's no fault. I don't think it's no fault of the women in my family, but it's like a male figure, like, you know, like a strong male figure, like a father figure, like
we need it.
You know what I'm saying? Like my great grandmother, like she was the matriarch of the family, and I think she was married. I'm pretty sure she was married at one point, but after that, I think my grandmother, like, you know, I think they had my mother out of wedlock, and my mother had me out of wedlock. So it's like, you know, it's no like, but at the same time, the fathers weren't present even still, like in either one of their lives. So it was like, you know, I think my grandmother, I think she was, but that's a conversation that I need to have too. So, but at the same time, because I'd never seen it, that's why I feel like it's something that I got to break. On top of that, I think I told y'all before, like we're all like only children. So like my grandmother's the only child, my mother's the only child, and I'm the only child. So it come down to me to let these loins flow, you know, let these loins just flow out. You know?
Oh yeah, you need 10 kids.
You know, it's got you said 10. Oh, we need a lineage. We need a whole basketball team. But like, nah, like I think that
boy gonna be dumping.
Man, I'm be dunking, you know what I'm saying? Be dunking in the joint, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that, you know, that's something that's big on my heart, to like really be present in my kids' like lives, like to be a strong male figure so that they can see what a male figure is and what they should be looking for. Because when I was coming up, I was looking for what a male should be in different figures than my mother was dating. Like my mother would bring a guy around, I would take the good qualities or the bad qualities from whatever that was being presented to me in front of me and try to like morph myself into something, because I didn't have like in-house, you know, my biological father wasn't present. So I had my godfather, who was great, you know, a great male figure, but he wasn't in the house. I didn't see that every day. So I would take what I would get when I was with him, but it wasn't something that was being instilled in me. So I was still taking nit pieces from him and still taking pieces from people that my mother was dating and trying to morph into what I thought was the real representation of a good man. So I think that's like probably like my biggest like, you know, generational curse that I'm trying to break. So I think I'm going to do it. I'm on track for that. I'm on track.
That's what's up. I feel like that's what a lot of people do though. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people do. They try to look for the ideal male figure that is around. Yep. And say, well, maybe it's supposed to be this way, and then try to figure it out on your own. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I feel like, shoot, women do that too. You know, women who don't have their mother right there, they look for the ideal woman or female friend and try to morph their way into what they think is supposed to happen, when really they don't have no real background, you know, experience and no real. So it's unfortunate, but shoot, I just respect you for even trying to create something on your own. And some people just like, forget it. Nobody was around, so what you want me to do about it? You know what I'm saying? So that's right. For you to even try to figure it out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And try to come up with what you feel or believe that is the ideal male that you're supposed to be. Shit, that's really good.
And the whole time, like, do you feel like you had a majority positive male figures in your life, Tay?
I mean, for sure. I think my mother definitely picked and chose some good people who come around, but at the same time, everybody is only good until, like, you know, they're not, you know what I'm saying? So it's a reason why they eventually weren't around no more. And I had to figure that out in my own time. So it was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, why isn't so and so around? He's like, oh well, he did this and that. I'm like, oh dang. Well, of course he not gonna present that to me in front of me because he ain't going, of course. And that's crazy because like, right, what I'm saying? You just like a kid right here. So it's like, I'm not going to disrespect, what I'm saying? I never saw that. So it's like, I'm looking at my mother like, look, you out here dumping all these dudes. You talking about you want to be married and stuff, but you ain't, you da. But at the same time, I had to look at the side and be like, yo, they not all perfect. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not all perfect and everybody's not all like a good male figure, wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their, their quirks and their other side.
So I think that what a lot of people do, Kayla. And I'm in control. So I think that when people are in relationships with men and with women they date, it's a very selfish transaction. Like they only think about themselves in the terms of like being in love and just being my partner. But everybody is not meant to be everybody is not meant to be a father and a mother. Like you have to think long term. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love this man. Yeah, I love this woman. But is she who I want my son to look up to? Is he what I want my daughter to fall in love with for the first time? Like, is that the person who can mold my child? It's not always about you. And I think that's what people tend to mistake in relationships. Like, everybody is meant to have a child, or be a good father or mother to them. It's more to analyze than just how much you love a person when it comes to children to this world. So,
and I have friends who like grew up in households where their mother would bring just anybody around, you know what I'm saying? So, and they seeing not only the good, but they also seeing the bad because either their mother is dating somebody who don't give a hell like that. They giving the good and bad in front of a child, and it's like, yo, what do you expect for that child to grow up and do? You know what I'm saying? They seeing their mother being treated by all these guys differently, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like. And that's funny because he actually, I'm not gonna say no names, but he actually turned out to be a decent dude because I'm guessing because he probably eventually saw that the negatives outweighed the positive. The positives outweighed the negatives, but either way.
Go ahead, Losa.
So is your mother married?
Who, my mother?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. So how did that affect you as far as seeing a lot of men? Because I went through this. Well, I didn't go through this actually, which is the crazy part. Because my mother, she had got divorced. Like I think by the time I was born, for real. And me and my siblings, we have two different dads and so forth. And she recently got remarried about 3 years ago, something like that, maybe 5 years ago, to my brother's baby father. So that's just like it's like, okay, it's familiar territory. But mind you, I'm 25. By the time I was born and by the time of their remarriage, I didn't see anyone she was dating. Anyone. Even if she was interested in anyone, she ain't bring nobody around. I thought my mom was the most loneliest person on earth.
Bro.
I'm not even lying. Versus how you grew up, you've interacted with the people that she was dating, you've seen good people and the positive. How did that affect your, I guess, your manhood? You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't stability.
Right.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Nah, I mean, well, my mother made it a very to the best of her abilities, she made it a very, stable household as far as I didn't feel like I was missing anything from my father, like who wasn't there, like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, like deeper down inside, you out there as a kid, you see other kids playing with their dad and their parents and they two parents out there, you eventually see it and you be like, oh shoot, I wish I was out here with my mom and dad, but but at the same time, those moments come and they go in a sense. For me, that's just how I dealt with it, because it's like I have met my biological father and I know what he like, and I have an idea of, based off of the conversations and interactions that we've had, of who he kind of is. So it's like once I got there, I was like, all right, well, cool. Like I don't give no energy to nothing that's like that's giving that energy to me anyway. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do what I'm gonna do and work on being the best, because that's not a good example over there. I know that's not a good example. So I'm gonna follow the path over here. Now, when you ask me like my mother would usually she wouldn't bring him like around unless she had vetted him a little bit. Like she, of course, is like it's a period of time before she bring him around me. Cause it's like if she bring him around me, the following question after that date or whatever, I'm out. We out at a restaurant or something. He buy food, and the next question after that, when we get home, is like, all right, so what do you think about? And I'm like, well, he bought some. He got money because he bought some food. So he,
my God,
you know what I'm saying? Like, like it's different stuff. Like, but at the same time, I had to realize, like, oh, she asking, like, what do you think about him as like a male, like as a person? I'm like, oh, I mean, he seems like a cool, like, he seems kind of like standoffish. He seems kind of weird. He seems kind of like he's not going to fit into what we as a family, because we're goofy. Like, I know that me and my mom, we goof around, Sometimes guys be all uptight and not, open and not themselves. Because I'm around, I'm like, why you not being yourself? I'm gonna be goofy because I'm a kid, but you be goofy too, but they like, and I'm like, laugh for real. Like, what you being so hard
for me, little
like,
boy?
Like, why are you being so hard?
That's hilarious. But unfortunately, we're gonna move on to the next thing. But before we move on, I'm gonna go ahead and say mine, which is very, very short. Mine was having the confidence to do so. I feel like we lack that, and I feel like it's a lot of talented people in my family. I just feel like we didn't have enough confidence to execute whatever our dream was. And I feel like without confidence, then you're not going to reach the full potential that you want to in life, because you got to be able to have the willpower to say, I can do so in order to do so. So, but without next joint, I want to ask wait, does everybody want kids?
Yeah.
Yep.
I want babies.
Hold up. Pause.
I want
Loso
babies.
did not say a word. Loso did not say a word.
Caleb, man.
I said yeah.
You need to sound confident, bro.
Loso said not in 5 years though. Not in the next 5 years.
Loso, you gonna have a child next year? Dante, you gonna have a child next year?
I don't know. I have a godchild. I have a godchild next year.
Yeah, nah.
Kayla, you gonna have a child next year?
Hell no. I'm 22, baby. Hit me at like 26, 27 with a ring on my finger.
When y'all feel like having a child is a reasonable age, or you feel like it has to do with what position you're in?
Position.
Yeah, I feel like position. If I become
if you're not in a good position until you're 40 years old, my 30 is my cutoff rate. If I don't have a child before 30, I'm just not having one. Sorry.
I don't know. I feel
you're right on that. You're right.
40
women at 35, it starts to get risky for women. So it's like you wait all this time. Then you're gonna be 40 something raising a 1-year-old. Like, and it's not bad. It's not a bad thing, but it's like, where's the youthfulness?
Yeah, I don't want to be an old parent.
Yeah, I don't want to be old.
I want
to be, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a little spry. Like right now, I be hollering about my shoulders and stuff. So I'm like, hold up, let me get right, because I gotta get right, man. Because you know what I'm saying, I gotta give me some sea moss or something. Because I gotta get right. Because I'm gonna be having like I said, I'm about to have a godchild coming, but
godchild. You know congratulations, bro.
Thank you. But
he's about to be a godfather, but I want to let you know this: you still gotta have a child.
Yes. Oh, I'm still gonna have a kid, and y'all gonna see him. He go right here, little baby T.
Okay, so Dante, how old are you?
I am 27. I'll be 28 this year.
So that means you're gonna have a child this year.
That means I'll be having a child and a baby about. Oh shoot! Hey, I got it. First of all, we gotta get married first. Gotta get married.
Yeah.
Get married.
Y'all running out of time.
So
really not. Don't do that,
bro.
No, we're not. No,
she's 24 years old, baby.
She's still younger. She's younger than me, so it's like. If anybody around the time is me.
I
feel like women. I feel men don't. I don't think men really run out of time. It's the women, bro. It'd be so risky. Yeah. It'd be so risky for women.
Mm-hmm. But that's true. That's true.
The next question, I asked that question because I want to know, if you have a child, do you want a mini me? You want your child to be just like you? Let's keep it a buck.
Wow.
Low key.
Just like me.
I'm
pretty lit. Oh no, I'm pretty lit. Oh,
low key, yeah.
A twin.
Not just like me.
Also said, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I could just imagine, just like, what's up, little man?
A baby Loso. A baby Loso.
Bro, why does it look just like Loso though? Like that looked just like you.
Boy, if you took all your hair off,
it looked
just the glasses off.
Oh yeah, let's take the glasses off.
This man said no, that's him. That's definitely him.
Oh, he look a little Asian. He look a little more Asian close up. They're looking more Asian close up.
No, that's definitely him.
Do I want a mini me, bro?
Do you want a mini me?
I don't know, man. Like honestly,
you don't know.
Nah, I don't.
You don't want a mini Loso?
So if you answer no, you gotta tell us why.
Well, the only reason why is because if I want him to be like me, that means it's gonna be something that I've already seen. I want my child to, I guess, express uniqueness. I don't want him to be the same like me because then I will have the same expectations, and I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I especially, I'm gonna be one of the biggest artists ever. I don't want my child to be acting like me, dancing like me, singing like me, and then they just not even ridicule, but the name's already gonna be there. If he's already resembling me, then they're gonna expect him to be like me. I don't want that for my child. That's way too much pressure. Let him be him, let her be her, and do what it do.
Okay. Now that's good because I wanted you put my head in a different place. I wasn't even thinking like that. I wasn't even thinking like that.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like everybody want a JR or whatever the freak until they get a JR and they're like, oh my goodness, you're annoying as freak. Yeah, that's how you were. Freak. Freak y'all this was.
I see it.
Hey, I already know that I'm gonna have some. It's gonna be in it because that's the way DNA works. So I already know it's gonna be some of me up in there. I'm just looking to see like what the mixture is. That's the thing. It's like the mixture of both people. Like that's the combo because it's gonna be a little bit of you, it's gonna be a little bit of the other person too. So I'm looking to see like what combination, like what's gonna come out on the other end. Like what's going because you got one person that's like yourself and and then your other person, you like, oh, we about to produce some strong black powerful thinkers up in here, boy. We about to be out here thinking, talking the way we should be, because hey, free thinkers out here. We raising free thinkers.
So no. The thing about that is, right? So the question is, do you want a mini me, right? So what if you have a significant other that acts just like you too, right? And then y'all have a baby, and then that's like the ultimate version of yourself.
I don't know. I don't want anybody who acts just like me.
Yeah, like
cool or whatever, but I need something to shake it up a little bit.
I mean, I never.
So you changing your answer? You changing your answer?
No, Kayla low key, she want a little mini me. She like, oh,
but there are exceptions to what I want though.
Which will be.
Let me tell you what I want. I was a very obedient kid. I wasn't sneaky. I really played by the books. That's what I want in my kid. Now, I have my shortcomings. My parents were they sheltered me a lot. I didn't have a lot of, I just did really bad. I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. I was very in the background. Damn. I was very in the background. But I don't I want my kid to be a free thinker. I want my kid to love themselves, understand their worth, really follow the beat to their own drum for real, which I didn't really understand until I got older, So that would be the exception to my rule. I want my kid to be just to be honored to be themselves. If that makes sense. I want them to stand strong in their truth. And not be afraid to maybe even bend the rules a bit and just be themselves. Because I didn't really have that until I was in my 20s. So that would be the exception to my rule, but still do it respectfully.
See, the thing about that is, right? Like I said before.
I like that. I like that.
See, the thing about that, right? What if, like I said before, you had a significant other that acted just like you, and then you had a baby, blah, 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 blah. The same feeling that you would have with a significant other that acted like you would be times a million with your child. because you're raising that person that acts like you. And I was just talking about this with my girl. I literally told her, I was like, yo, I'm very happy that you don't act like me. Because sometimes I'll be like, bro, you kind of boring. Like, you be annoying as freak because she's not as hype as me, right? So when I'm bouncing off the wall, I'm like, bruh, what you doing? She's like, I'm just cooling. But imagine if I didn't have that and I had somebody that was bouncing off the walls with me. I wouldn't have no control.
A little crack baby.
Yeah.
She is like the yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? There's a balance, bruh.
It's a balance.
It's a balance. She soothes me when I see her. It's like, what the freak is it called? A drink of water, breath of fresh air, full breeze. I don't care what you call it. It's something different.
What?
Something different.
We was following you until you said Febreze.
Febreze.
Ain't that right?
Hey,
talking to his son. He said, "Ain't that right?"
Hey man, what about you, Pesh? You want a mini me, little chili, the little little peshy.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all made me think outside the box. Kayla really made me, because Kayla said basically what I got from what she said was she does, but she wants them to be able to do the things that she struggled with, to get past the things that she struggled with and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, that's deep. But I'm sticking with my answer, just like me. Just like me. When I say just like me, from the way I walk, from the way I talk, from the way I think, to the way everything. I don't know if that's just me being conceited or what the fuck, but I just know I just want one just like me.
Wait,
just
Percy. No, I got a question.
Hit me.
Does that mean the same thing for boys and girls, or just girls?
Both.
No,
okay.
Both, but I want him to be a little bit more manly, of course, obviously, and I want him to be a male figure, of course, but I want him to think like me and how I was and things like that. Now, I still want them to be their selves. I don't want to take that away from them, but if I could have a mini me, I definitely would love that. If my child turns out to be just like me, I'm going to be thrilled. But if they don't, I'm happy too, because I get to, that's like watching a movie. Like, you get to visualize and understand them and learn their character and stuff like that. But if they turn out just being like, I know you.
This might sound like crazy. If I have a son, bro, I know
you say you about to say you pregnant. Like, hold up.
I was about to say, wait, what?
No way I can be pregnant. Oh my god. No. But let me tell you something. The man that I marry, the way, it's gonna be an amazing method man. Like, I would want at least my son to imitate that nigga. Like, I can't. It's just the man that I have in my head. It's not unrealistic, is a man of God, a man who, respects women, is kind to not just me, but all women. Like, I don't want a mean nigga. Like, I want somebody who will open the door for me and the girl behind me. I just want a kind, considerate, respectful, about his grind, about the Lord man. And if I get that in the way that I believe that I will, I would want my son to imitate that shit OC.
That's what I'm saying. All right, so listen, when you put it like that, I totally agree with you, but it's hard. Men, oh my God, men don't understand how hard it is for a woman to create this type of...
Say it now.
What a man, create this type of family, like,
yeah, man,
the ideal father that you want.
But it's possible, though.
It is, but it's hard because, like, we can only go off of what our brain tells us. So some people now are not as mature as us. Some people are not as, I don't want to say wise, but not as, like, not on that level mentally and brain wise to be able to identify the things that they need to get better in, and identify where they're going wrong in life, and identify what they need to fix. So we really thinking off of the level and the mindset that we have as an individual. So you telling us to create this type of family and find this type of figure that kind of imitates us in a way, but better. In a male figure, I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard.
I think that regardless of the fact, I think that our kids are going to be better than us anyway. Because there's no way that they cannot be if we're steering them from the things that we faced in life and trying to steer them in whatever direction that we feel like our parenting skills is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like no matter what, they're going to be better than us. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we want ultimately.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Why is your dread in the middle of your face?
How have there been cases where the child is not better than the
It's possible. It's possible.
No, because like I don't know. Because the reason why I said that was like, you know, regardless, they're gonna be better. How do we know that? Of course, we're praying and we're trying to manifest things. And I'm not wishing anything wrong with anybody, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like a realistic person. Some people, you know, they tread the waters with evil, and you know, they ravage themselves with the connivingness of the world. So would you still consider that being, I guess, better than you? No one's better than anybody, but as far as like the question of the word or what we're trying to say, it's like
well,
it can happen.
In that case, no. But in that case, no. But shoot, anybody want to touch on that before we move on to the next one? Because I know we already at 52 minutes and we never good.
The conversation is flowing, so you know, like let me say this. My dad told me a long time ago. He said his goal in life. He said, if I became a fuck up, and I hate saying that word on camera, if I became a fuck up, if he could look at himself and say that he did the best job that he could possibly do as a parent, and could look back and say, like, I didn't neglect her, I didn't leave her, I was fully there in the best way that I could be, and she was a little fuck up, it was not my goddamn fault. And that's the best thing that you can possibly do as a parent. I told my dad when he turned 50, I said, if I end up fucking up, you can find solace in the fact that you were a great dad. It is
wow.
And that I think is the best.
And that's all a parent wants. That's all a parent wants. That's all the parent wants.
That's what's up. That's a great mental though, because a lot of people don't got that mental to even what's the name that's to even think like that. You know what I'm saying? To even feel comfortable, because some people will take that and be like, dang, my child did this and I tried my best, but I'm still hurt. And he's standing strong and proud behind what he put in to you, and you just didn't take it. So that's excellent.
As he should.
It's people in their 40s still blaming their parents for the situation that they're in right now,
bro.
And it's not even
your fault.
It's not even possible.
You the reason why.
Bro, my cousin was like,
my dog is eating paper right now. Give me a quick second.
Oh, Bailey. The mascot is eating paper, y'all.
So we're gonna move on though, because that's a sign we need to move on.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on to the next one. So I want to know we got another topic.
We got the last one.
Okay.
It says, what would you want to change? Okay, wait, let me not read it like that. The next
Wait, what?
Nothing. The next topic is, I want to know, what would you want to change about your upbringing? If you do, tell us what you want to change.
Man, let me tell you. So, dang.
Yeah, we speed rounding this one. We speed rounding this one.
So, what would I want to change? Okay. What would I? What would I want to change about my upbringing if I was to change anything? I probably would wish for me and my parents to have more time together, because my mom was always working and my mother and my dad was separated, so I would like go to his house on the weekends. I do really wish that they was like together and married and they had a full love, so I can get the full effect of having two parents in the household, because it was just my mom. That's probably the one thing that could have tread me in the right way that they wanted me to go. But obviously, in the retrospect, wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't be a Loso baby.
Okay. Who next?
I would say kind of like Loso, like on a small scale, I would change how sheltered I was. I feel like I wasn't really given a lot of wiggle room to do my own thing. So just being, just giving me that tool to just express myself more. I think I would change with my parents. Though on a bigger scale, I would want a household with both parents on the same roof and being married so that my child can see what it's like to be in a healthy relationship. My parents divorced when I was 4. Still great co-parenting skills, but at the same time, like I really didn't get to see how men treat a woman, how women treat a man. I think that's really vital to growing up. So I would want my child to see that, to see her or his or their parents being in love to the fullest extent. So there's no question on what real love should look like.
True that.
But you ain't say the truth. Tell them what you really meant. You just get out here and get wild and crazy.
No, you ain't say the truth. For me, I'ma say I wouldn't change anything for real, but if I had to say, I would say my father continue to be around even after I turned 10, 11. Because I think he shut it off that way. I wouldn't want them to be together because I know my mom wouldn't be happy. So I wouldn't want her to be with anybody that she's not happy with. But I would say that if I had to change something, I still wanted my father to be around. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want him to leave and then try to come back. It's like when you try to come back and I'm getting ready to turn 22, nigga. What you want to go do? Sit in the park? I'm trying to find a man. I'm trying to build my own life. I'm trying to finish school. I'm trying to find a path in my life. And you want to play daddy daughter. Like, nigga, Lord, if my father ever see this, I love you to death. It's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, I wish you didn't he didn't leave at that point, because that was the time to do it. And I'm not saying it's too late, but that was the time to really do it. You get what I'm saying? It's like now I'm not in the stage where I can really have time to do that. I got my own life too. So it's kind of like that when you missed out on that time, you kind of missed out on that time. I don't know what you want me to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I would change that, because I think that really affected me. I almost started talking to him and forgot I was on the podcast. What the anyway.
Hey man.
Moving on.
Be like that. Moving on. I mean, me, what would I change? I mean,
he said,
because a part of me, because a part of me be like, I would like to have the two parent household, but at the same time, I feel like I didn't miss anything from my biological father. I feel like, I mean, at the same time, the presence would have been great to see that balance and see and being healthy and would have seen what it would have been. But I mean, most I would change probably would be the way, I think the way I was looking at things and the way I thought as as a young person, even though it's not possible as a young kid to be like, hey, change how the way you think, little kid, you know what I'm saying? But it's just certain things that I was seeing that I probably would have been able to maneuver a little bit better. Not only like that, but I think that my upbringing was pretty good. My mother did the best she could with the situation. I think that I would have probably should change some family situations to make family ordeals go a little bit better, and that way the vibe in the family would have been, a little bit better at the time. But I think other than that, I wouldn't be me without, the way I was up, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I feel you. I felt what Loso was on. I feel like I wouldn't be me if I wasn't having the upbringing I had, so.
That's what's up.
The beatings and everything, man, the whoopings and all.
I didn't even really get whooped like this.
Man.
I didn't even really get whooped like that. I got whooped one good time. That was it.
Man. Wait a minute, Dante, you ever got whooped by one of your mom's boyfriends?
I would have whooped him back.
I'm sorry. No.
I heard of that happening. So
no, because I feel like Loso trying to bring something up here. I feel like Loso trying to bring something up.
Oh wait,
trying to bring some pre-show stuff up. I feel like he's trying to bring something up.
Thank
you. But yes, that has happened to a brother. Yes, that did happen.
Third grade, right?
First grade.
Oh yeah, this was
elementary
episode. What episode
that was the embarrassing Jones. That was the embarrassing episode. Exposed. That was exposed.
He tried to expose me again. Wait,
yeah.
Right?
Meanwhile,
but look, y'all
sips her drink.
I know I just got a Slurpee.
Patch loves Slurpees, man.
But listen, we had one more for y'all, but we're gonna catch up on that the next show. This is actually a great show. We thank you for the people who tuned in or the people who are going to tune in later. You might be busy out doing something on this Saturday evening, but it's okay. We appreciate it. Make sure y'all go to our YouTube page, click like, share it, post notifications on all of that. Support us. We support you.
Subscribe.
Like he said,
subscribe.
You live in the building. This was a good show, y'all. Clap it up. This is a good show. Everybody, we appreciate y'all so much. We love y'all. We out.
Peace out.
Think about it.
Lord.
Deuces.
You said think about it.
Think about it now.
Think about it. Subscribe.
Now I look at this is too much sugar.
Man, that was a good show, wasn't it?
And I just had a Sprite. I need some water. Los, I'm gonna put that baby up there.
Hey.